possession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Quentin Williams drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
It's 4th down and goal.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Yes, yes. 198. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Let's go.
Back to throw. Going up top. The guy's man complete. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards.
It's a pickup of 44 yards. That's good for a Jets first down.
Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And he comes back with one complete. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
57. Mike, 57.
On first down, Watson And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. To the air yet again. Watson. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Watson looks to throw again. Jones has it. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Check 9, check 9. Shit. He's checking, he's checking.
Watson on first down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his second touchdown of the night. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A quick throw complete to Washington. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
He gets it to Thomas. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd.
Hey, Delta. Watch 98. Watch 98.
They'll drop the throw. Complete. It's Johnson. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have the 1st.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, Really well done.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Watch the screen! 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 Shit!
First carry for James Conner. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Get off the field. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog. Check 52. Shoot.
They're going to look to throw. Screenplay, Johnson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on first and 10. Looking to throw. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on first and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Check safety, check safety. Big ass, big ass, big ass.
They'll try to run it. This is Conner. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run?
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. It's their quarterback with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jets have once again taken the lead. Big play coming now for the Jets as they'll set up to go for 2.
It's our time. Watch 98. Watch 98.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed, near the goal line, on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
19! He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got the leg. Kill, 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 kill. 931. Twits.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
To throw is Watson. Going to throw right side here, complete.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Out of the gun, Watson. They'll roll him out right, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Leo! Bravo! Give me something.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mike, check 33. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Get it.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's another big shot dodge there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory, and I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Wild Bill. Wild Bill.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On 1st down, McPherson spinning away. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You're not ready. You're alert. Joker. Watch twist. Watch twist.
They'll keep it on the ground. McPherson, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold it.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
64, weak. Hey, Alpha. Hey, Sam off. Go. Hey, Zoo.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Jets punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Fielded at the 20. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it's third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Watson now to throw. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. They go play action here on first down. And his throw here is incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Johnson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there.
Hey, high 7.
Now back to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Intended for J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Charlie.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans are going to win the football game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And Watson's going to throw it here. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Go. Go.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Out, go.
Now Watson. Now he'll go deep down the middle into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5, and that will write a finish to this ball game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Texans, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for the Jets,